Hello, my name is Emily Traster, and I am here today with Dan Dalton, one of the founding partners of Dalton and Tomich. Dan has helped a number of churches leave the United Methodist denomination and keep their property. How are you doing today, Dan?
Doing great, Emily. Out here in the great state of Washington, and just really enjoying my time with local churches here.
So, Dan, what has happened since June 2022's annual conference with respect to disaffiliations?
Well, there's been a number of annual conferences throughout the United States that are just about completed or have completed so far. And this is being recorded on June 27th, 2022. So I can kind of give you a general overview. There's been a little over 300 churches that have gone through the disaffiliation process within their annual conferences. There are still a number of annual conferences that don't have a disaffiliation process yet. There's no disaffiliation agreement. There's no process. There's no mechanism to move them through. We're working with local churches pretty much in all annual conferences right now, and we found that to be true. Of the 300 or so that have left, they have made their payments, they've received their discharge of lien or quitclaim deed, a bill of sale, and they're becoming independent churches. The vast majority are independent churches. Some are joining the Global Methodist Church, some are joining other denominations, but I think that most of the churches are seeing that they don't really see a need for a affiliation or connection or a denomination when they've experienced the same problems with the United Methodist Church. They see the same issues with the Global Methodist Church moving forward. Other churches find the Global Methodist Church to be the way to go. They like the connection. They like the having a bishop that they were used to that was from the United Methodist Church. They like the United Methodist Church processes and governances. So it's just becoming, that's what they're familiar with. So the church is going with them. We just help churches, whether they're going to leave and become independent or they're going to join the Global Methodist Church or another denomination. We just help them get out of the United Methodist Church. One thing that we're also finding is there's some conferences that are specially called annual conferences in the fall just to handle disaffiliations. So we know in Arkansas, for example, there will be one. There'll be one in Oklahoma as well, where we're helping a number of local churches through the Oklahoma Annual Conference disaffiliation process. And we're really working with the conference and created a disaffiliation agreement. So in all of these cases, what we're doing is we're working with conferences and we're working with local churches to have an amicable situation for a resolution. In some conferences, it's just not possible. And in those conferences, we either have to litigate or we have to go a different route. And we're working with local churches to develop those areas. Please remember, as I've said in earlier videos and in my ebooks and blogs and whatnot, that this is a state-by-state issue. Not only is there state case law, but there's state statutes that cover disaffiliations. For example, in Wisconsin, there's a state law that suggests that all property has to go to the United Methodist Church if a local church leaves the denomination. We believe that violates the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment, and on behalf of a local church in Wisconsin, we've sued to invalidate that statute. There's a couple of other states that have similar statutes as well that we're looking at as with local churches. So keep in mind, this is a state-by-state, church-by-church issue, and we're working with local churches within those areas to make sure that we can get a resolution that's at least tolerable for both sides. It's not a fair process or an equitable process. It's not a process that you can expect your conference is going to treat you well. But we do our best to work with local churches to help them disaffiliate. And we've done many through June of 2022.
Thank you for your insight, Dan. If you're a church that's looking to leave the United Methodist denomination and are interested in hiring our firm to help you through the process, please reach out to our office at 313-859-6000 or email us today. Thank you.